You did it. You had one lesson with your daughter with an intentional conversation, and some of you are just feeling so good about that, and others are going, I'm not so sure I want to do this again. The thing about having these intentional conversations with our daughters is that it's not always going to go that great. We're growing our own confidence in who God is and what He's doing, and not in ourselves per se, or in our daughters. The sense of letting her be her own person and knowing that this is going to take some time. This is about a slow and steady drip over time, where your daughter's going to learn that you can handle the things that she wants to share, that she can be honest about where she's at and her ideas about God and about herself, and you're not going to panic. So, if it didn't go so well, take a deep breath and know that this is not about perfection. In fact, I don't expect this to go well every time. This is really about you trusting the journey, allowing your daughter to be where she's at, allowing you to be where you're at. And that's how we learn about God's grace, knowing that His power is made perfect in our weakness. So don't give up yet. You're only on lesson 2. In this month's lesson, we're going to talk a lot about the wide variety of what God created in the femininity in women, and that there's not this clear bullseye of what it means to be a woman. When I was a younger girl, I was more of a tomboy. I did not wear dresses. I've changed. I really didn't like anything that was too girly. Back then, I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I would play with Transformers, and I would hang out with the boys at recess, and I would throw a football. And there's a reason to that. My dad wanted boys, and he had 2 daughters. So he made sure that I knew how to throw a football, gut a fish, and I was very much about making sure that I could do boy things. In today's culture, that might get a little confusing. And a lot of times we pigeonhole girls if they're on the spectrum of things that they're interested in. Maybe they don't like dance, or maybe they don't wear pink, or maybe they don't want to wear dresses, and we start to get really nervous. I just want to help us mamas to take a deep breath and to recognize your daughter's on a long journey. It took me a long time to really accept my feminine curves. In fact, I struggled with an eating disorder along the way, and I share more about that in my book, Courageous, Being Daughters Rooted in Grace. That was my way of really kind of working through what it meant to be feminine and the things that I struggled with in having a body that was curvy. I used to hide a lot with big old sweatshirts and sweats, and I was just really uncomfortable. And I really want our daughters to have a different opportunity, an opportunity to accept the design and to see it as beautiful. When God made women, He made a wide variety. He sprinkled in all kinds of different personalities and looks and shapes and colors and interests and talents. Some of us are more analytical, others of us are more emotional, and we just can get in a rut sometimes, particularly in the church, around what a woman is supposed to look like. I also want you to take some time before this lesson to consider the ways that you learned what it means to be a woman. Who are the women in your life who went before you, who you looked to, and maybe even the men in your life and how they shaped your view of what it means to be a woman? I want you to be able to take that before God and allow Him to continue to teach you as you teach your daughter. You're going to look in God's Word, and you're going to see that there's a wide variety of who God made women to be and how He uses them. And in that entire context, we're female. It's a beautiful reflection of who God made us to be. And He made male and female, both a reflection of His image. This is going to be a fun time to lay a foundation before we get to some of those more detailed conversations down the road. And you and your daughter are going to have fun exploring the ways that He made you, each unique, on the outside and on the inside. This is really a beautiful journey with your daughter. Both of you are growing in your confidence and better understanding that who He made you to be and who He made your daughter to be is really good.